Hey guys, this is Versatility Mrs. here, and I'm back to show you guys this train wreck of a wig that I have. This wig was by Love Me Hair, and I am not a fan of their hair quality whatsoever, but I wanted to at least see if I could restore it, and I was able to do so. So I just want to show you guys my tips and tricks and techniques on what I did to get the wig from looking like this to looking like this. And now show you a strand of what it did as I took it section by section. And now we got some smoothness going on there right along the nape of the wig, which we all know is like the worst part, right? It's so annoying. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I achieved this and hopefully being able to restore your unit, continue to watch. Okay guys, so first thing you're going to need is some silicone mix. This is the Moroccan Argan oil hair treatment. I got this from a beauty supply store, and I also have the same mix, but it's the leave-in conditioner, and you'll see why towards the end. You're also going to need some hot boiling water, but I already have it listed on the stove, and then I'm just currently using a bin. And then you're going to need a comb that looks like this, or a pick, because actually a regular pulling comb is going to pull the hair. So I use this to give me structure to actually be able to pick the hair and at the same time have a comb. So you want to grab your silicone mix and have your hair obviously damped, and then I just take it and rub it into the spots that are tangled. I just do this separately because again, this wig is so damaged that it just like, especially with the color treated hair, it was just like there's hair all over the place. So I wanted to take my time separately. This is a very tedious job, so if you do not have the time, I don't recommend it. But yeah, so as you can see, I'm going downwards first with this comb, this wide tooth comb, and you can see that as I'm going downward, as opposed to combing at a horizontal, that it's allowing the hair to separate. From my prior experiences, I didn't really have too much luck with doing it regularly because it pulled out hair. So when I was just playing around with it, I learned that combing it this way first allowed me to untangle, and then as I untangled it, I would turn the comb that way, and then I can comb through the hair. So this does take a little bit of time, especially if you're working with a lot of naps. But once you've got the wig a little softened with the silicone mix, you will see the difference, and you will start to see it unravel fairly quickly, and you'll be able to get it done. Again, this is not for the weak. This is only really if you wish to restore the unit. Sometimes we pay a lot of money for our hair and we want to keep it, or at least try to get another couple uses out of it. So yeah, I'm still at the back here and I'm just untangling, and as you can see, it's starting to look normal again. It's starting to smooth on some pieces. So now the steps are just going to be more on the repetitive side. I'm going to speed the video up a little bit because I do have a couple of clips that will show me doing this, but you guys will get the picture over time. As you can see, you start with the vertical motion with the comb slash pick, And then you can turn the comb sideways and work your way down to give you that easy access to detangle. Going in with the comb and just going ahead to starting to detangle the horizontal route will pull the unit and you would lose a lot of hair. Again, I did lose some, but that's just because that's just how horrible the unit is. But at the same time, I managed to save a lot of shedding and stuff like that with this technique. So yeah, I'm gonna continue. So I managed to get to the mid portion of the wig. As you can see, there's not too much color because of where I'm at. The wig was more highlighted. So as you get more to the middle, you don't necessarily have to be as, I don't want to say gentle. I'm still doing the same technique, but it's not as bad as like the nape of the neck and like the surrounding parameter of the wig. So you can kind of get through this portion faster and then start combing. But typically around the parameter of the unit is when you start to have those straggly issues and like heavy tangles. So it gets better as you start to move on up, as you guys can see here. I also want to add, just dumping your hair in water and allowing the silicone mix to untangle itself in water is not ideal, especially not going to work for curly units, because if it's tangled going in and you put water in it, now you've just pretty much made a bigger mess. So this is why I'm taking the time to do it this way and why I mentioned that this process is very tedious. If you do not wish to do so, I wouldn't recommend it, but just throwing the wig in water and putting the mix in there and then having to detangle, especially with it being super saturated, makes life a lot harder, and it's not necessarily easier, especially depending on how tangled it is. Alright guys, we are almost at a home stretch here. I am pretty much almost all detangled out. Getting those little nicks out. We're at the top of the wig, and as you can see, there's some pieces up there that are not too great. It's not as bad as the back of the wig and the nape and the surrounding area, but still has to be done. So we are almost done. As you can see, this is the amount of hair that came out for me doing the detangle method. So yeah, you still do lose hair. But it could have been a lot more hair if you do it just regular combing. So now I'm going to be taking some hot water, dumping it into that bin that I was using. This is going to prep my wig for the treatment, the boil treatment. And then I'm going to take my crown healing oil by Look At Me Now hair club and dump just a few drops into the water. And then by me doing that, you'll see that the oil will sit on, it'll float pretty much on top of the water bin, and then I will dump the hair. Now we're going to take the prepped unit and we're going to put it in the water concoction. You do not have to do anything but just let it sit in there, no combing or anything like that. It's a little frizzy because of all the work, but now you're just going to let it sit in there, let the oils and everything saturate it. And I'm going to set a timer for about 10 minutes, so that way I give the hair enough time to really soak in and reap the benefits of the oil and water mixture. I didn't even realize that I had these straps in on the wig the entire time, so I'm gonna have to replace those. Now we're going to pretty much like look at the wig. It is still wet, but as you can see, it looks a lot more, of course, healthier in terms of before it was dry. Now we're going to take some of that silicone leave-in conditioner mix and I'm going to apply it to the unit. And then I'm going to put it on my wig mannequin and actually let it air dry. Now for this, you don't necessarily need to re-detangle or go ahead with the comb. That's why I'm finger combing it, and it is a lot more easier to go through. Lastly, you guys, I just topped the hair off with just a tiny bit of this Shea butter, moisturizing hair butter, just to give it some softness. And then I went in with the wrap setting mousse by ORS, and then voila, I came out with the results. I mean, it's not like obviously tip top shape like when I first got the wig. I believe I got this wig like over a year ago, like end of 2019. Yeah, so then you just put your favorite toppings on there. I used some hair gloss and something like that, and then let it dry out a little bit more, and I was pretty happy with the results. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey guys, so I just wanted to come here and show you an actual clip of the unit. As you can see, it's all dry. It's very, very, very soft. I do got some product in there to like kind of define the waves a little bit. So that's what you see. And it is not secure on my head. I just put this on so I can show you guys, you know, actually have a clip. So that way you could see everything. You can see it instead of like being on the mannequin. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you for watching and tuning in. And let me know if you go ahead and reconstruct your wigs and units, what the results that you get if the technique works for you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.